Okay, it's a little loud, but I'll try to give you my thoughts about the Nest Open Stage. So this is Tuesday nights from 8 to 10. It's 10-minute slots. It's 3 songs or 10 minutes, whichever comes first. It is originals only. I think it's an ASCAP thing that they're kind of sidestepping. That is the sense I get. So the open stage is held upstairs. The sign-up's at 7:30, and yeah, so it's a little bit on the short side in terms of the amount of time you can expect to play. So the first thing that I'll point out about this particular one is that, and the reason that all other things aside that I won't recommend this one is that I didn't really feel like the venue was very supportive of the open stage. Namely, they don't turn off the house music. They turn it down a little bit, but you play with constant background of music that is still playing downstairs. So that distraction aside, it also is just, like I said, kind of unsupportive of the whole concept of like drawing people into this music, or being, supporting the idea. The minimum amount of support that you could give for live music of some sort in your venue is to let it be the sound in the space. So I think that open stage players deserve a little better than that, and so I can't recommend that you come here and play over the house music just for, I guess, your own practice or the benefit of the handful of people who are also going to play. Okay, so that aside, so this is not really a stepping stone gig, because the venue, I don't think, is paying attention. Also, I don't think the venue has live music regularly. Maybe they do, and I often say you can carve out your own opportunities, but I don't think that this is a place where you can really carve out your own opportunity to have the venue take notice of you. So if you're interested in playing here, if they even have music, you probably need to pursue a different route. As far as like time management, sound, and extras, sort of those cornerstones of open stage management, in my opinion, time management was okay, reasonably well done. I felt like the hosting was a little bit lax. Like the host, it looked like we were going to have a slow night. Host said, "Looks like we're going to have a slow night. Let's wait to start." For me, that's like the missed opportunity. If you have a group of players in the room waiting for the start time, and it's going to be a quote slow night, you say, "Looks like we're going to have a slow night." If anybody, we're going to kind of stretch it out a little bit. If you're all right with that, like, give the time to the players. I think is really the right call there. Rather than be like kind of with their blinders on about how am I going to fill this time. You're going to fill this time with the players you got. That's kind of my advice there. So I felt like the host was a little, he was nice enough. He's certainly, trying to do a good job, but I think that he struck me as somewhat inexperienced, and not really taking this like on that sort of next level seriousness of a more experienced professional host. Along those lines, sound was okay. It was sort of fair to middling. Honestly, the sound for me was not very good. I'm easy to get sound for, but there was a lot of fiddling around with my sound during my set. During my brief 10-minute set, a lot of fiddling around it that I would say was sort of unnecessary, needless stuff that was actually very distracting. Like, there's a scratchy pot on the board. The board's not great. There's no reverb. He's not using any reverb on voices or instruments, which is a little bit unusual. So very dry sound. We got a single speaker that's pointed, it's to the side of the performance area, pointed pretty much straight across the stage. So there were some feedback issues with one of the performers who had a nylon with a pickup, which are notorious for feedback. If anything's going to feedback, it's going to be your nylon with a pickup. So I mean, overall, this is an okay one. And if you're in the area and it's a Tuesday night, it's certainly worth trying once. But I would sort of not set your expectations too high. I definitely saw enough issues that I would not put this at the top of my list for a Tuesday night open stage. The Nest is a nice spot on Belmont. Ironically, this place that used to be called Nine Muses, and is where, after I took a couple of years off with the birth of my daughters, is the first place I got a gig when I resumed gigging in Portland. That's 16, 17 years ago when I took a little break. All right, that's it for the Nest, and so take it easy until next time. See you at the other stage.